we present you Steve Evetts, the psycho mind
Bundinha.
behind the production
Bundinha.
of American Extremes. Yeah, man, I've been listening
What's
to
up,
this.
everybody?
Yeah,
What's up? What is up?
We are good. What about you?
Good.
Yeah. How is the pandemic affecting
Things are
you?
finally starting to get, things are finally starting to get back to normal here. They're saying that California, because of how fast they're vaccinating everybody here, that they're going to open up completely. Their plan is now to open up completely June 15th.
Oh, that's great.
Oh,
Because
That's a dream.
they'll have over 80% of the state vaccinated. So that was the goal. If they reach 80% vaccination, they can open up safely. So
Great.
that's the plan now. So I'm very hopeful.
cool.
And things are, my wife and I are vaccinated. Our families are all vaccinated. So we're very fortunate, and we're very happy, and, lucky to live where we are, and just anxious to get life back to normal, like starting to actually produce records again in person with people instead of doing remote stuff that I've done over the past year, which was a lot of remote mixing. We have the technology. If you remember when I would stream the mixes to you guys live and we could comment on them. Do you remember I used that Source Connect thing? Yeah, we did it with Source Connect with the studio in Philadelphia, and I did remote pre-production with them. Did the rehearsal. We went through everything.
That's crazy, man.
And then just video. We used FaceTime and video chat, and there was an engineer there, but I could hear full fidelity. He was transmitting to me, like we get the guitar tone, like moving the mics. I go, okay, wait, a little over the left. Okay, good. Just like the way I would do, like over the talk back with someone moving the mic in the live room. But yeah, so that's how I produced 2 songs with them. We did a bunch of drum takes. They sent it to me, Dropboxed it to me. I comped them, edited everything back together, sent it over. Same thing with the vocal comps. Like that was really like this coordinated effort between me and this other engineer, Andy. And it was great. It came out awesome.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
I'd rather be in person, and I'd rather be in person, and I'd rather have all the pedals on the floor like we did, and start playing with things. And I had to do much more of like a macro approach to doing those songs remotely. It's just a general like quality control and making sure the performances are right. But I like, as I like to be hands-on.
Yeah. But do you think that experience changed you? I mean, do you think when you go back to produce in person, this will change? Did you learn something from it?
I was asking the same thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because just to have to approach something from a very macro, a wide lens perspective, as opposed to honing in on one little thing.
That we know you can do that really well.
That's an interesting thing.
That's good, right?
You are really good.
Yeah, exactly.
You're really good at that, man.
Okay, you just played. It's like Steve is like, okay, you just played like a progression of 25 chords, but there was this one note and this one chord that's not sounding quite right yet. Can you do it again?
Let's do it again.
But that's what it makes.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you think it did change you?
Yeah, I mean, I still a little bit. I mean, I still, I focus in on stuff, and as a producer, you have to focus in on details and stuff like that. But then again, just to really step back, and sometimes even to my detriment, like so focus on one little thing, you lose the big picture. Sometimes it's hard for me because I always have to like step back for myself and do that and go, okay, wait, step back. What am I focusing in on? What is that really important in the whole scheme of what we're doing and making art? And sometimes it is, and then sometimes it isn't. So to take the macro approach is it's good. It's a good thing. And I'm sure I'll be incorporating certain things about it moving forward.
Yeah, I think because I asked that because I think
it's great.
I think everyone in the world will coming the other side of this little change somehow. And like
Definitely.
we talk a lot among us, the band, and not so much about the technical and musicianship, but more I think about life in general. And I feel like
life and for sure, life and what's important and priorities, and just not getting so wrapped up in so much little, like, I mean, things are opening up here in California. I went to the gym for the first time in a year last week, and it was just like the craziest thing, just to take that for granted, because I was like, oh, I can go whenever, like, and now I couldn't go.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Just like stuff like that. And I mean, my wife and I got married last year during the pandemic, but you met Jen, who was my girlfriend at the time when we were working together. But she was working from home the whole time. And I guess some people, when they spend too much time with their spouse or whatever, maybe it wasn't good this year, but it was actually a great thing for us. And it actually got us a lot closer.
Nice.
So it definitely makes you focus on this made us focus really on what's important. And it's brought a much deeper appreciation for what we get to do in creating art and creating music. I've always had a great appreciation for it. And me, I've always been very grateful and very humble about it. But like now even more so, because we haven't had that and we've all been a little starved. Just like when we get to do this again for real, it's going to be just the best.
I mean, we can't wait. We can't wait to go on tour. I think about it every day. I literally.
Oh my God, man!
Like every day, and me and Raphael.
Oh my God, I know. I mean, like.
Yeah, me and Raphael, we met every day this week.
You and Raphael?
Yeah, we met every day this week to play the songs, and just like listening to the recordings of the stems, and trying to to get all the little details that during the recording that you end up changing. And we just feel like shit, we want to play it live, like, because once you go back to the instrument, and start playing all that, then you stop to think that we never performed a bunch of the songs that are there. I mean, I
know.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about it, because you guys got it to a certain point before we got into the studio, then we changed a bunch of stuff in the studio.
Yeah.
And then you really haven't had, besides the drive-in show and the live stream thing that you guys did, you haven't had a chance to do these songs live.
Yeah.
Oh,
so it's like, how did it go again? Well, we changed this part. You remember?
That's right.
You remember your version from rehearsing.
Yeah, exactly. Me and Rafa, we went through that a lot this week, right, Rafa? Because we were like listening to the stems and a bunch of bass lines, because you always kill with the bass line. So it's like he did that. That's fucking awesome. So it's it was really fun. I think it was a better week than the last ones for me, and I think probably for Rafa too, because he was meeting me every day. So, but but it felt so good, to be working on the songs, but at the same time, where is Jan and Nipper and Jonathan? Because we want the magic only happens when everyone is in the room. So it's we really miss that.
When everybody's in the room, for sure.
Yeah. But I mean, back to the album, because all this here tonight is to talk about the album. Man, I've been listening since we released it. I've been listening to it every day. I'm not kidding. Like probably once a day at least since we released. And
have you heard it, Steve, at all after we released it? Like the whole thing?
Yep.
What are your thoughts on it?
Yes.
We never really talked about it.
Oh, yeah. I love it. It's so interesting because, you guys wound up releasing it essentially the way we did the self-titled, the debut record in 3 EPs, when the original plan was, before everything shut down, was we were going to not do an EP and just do the one thing in one fell swoop. That was supposed to be a year ago. Well, May, right? It was supposed to be May of last year.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That was the original release date. something like that. Yeah. And just because of circumstances, you know, to be able to release stuff throughout the year, maybe it's the right, I mean, honestly, that's probably the right thing to do in the pandemic and everything, because at least people keep yourselves in people's minds. Because if we were just release the thing in one shot in May, you know, and then with no touring to support it, it's just like, you know, what do you do? You know, like
that was
people just kind of tend to forget about it. And I think the album's right, and I think the album's way too special to just put it out and have people just go, forget about it. You know what I mean? In a year, because you haven't been in there. I think if you guys toured it, that's a different story, because you'd be in people's consciousness, and you know, you're constantly. And I guess that's going to be the thing moving forward for you guys. Is I can't wait to see you guys tour these songs and get out there and show everybody what the band's all about.
Yeah, we can't either, man. It's.
But yeah, I listened to it last week, as a matter of fact. And it's just awesome. And I go back to certain spots. I listen to stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember when we did that. You know, like
that's so
it just
cool,
brings
man.
you right back to the time at 606 and
I was listening.
the
I was
record,
listening the other day.
So many.
Actually, I was watching the one of the videos that we have from the recording at 606, and there's this part that we were playing Silence. And that little thing with the guitar came on, remember? Yeah, Jesus, man, that was so. Yeah. It was like right at the end of the day. Remember, everybody was already tired, and that thing came, and we were like, Jesus, man, this is just amazing. What a great feeling, man.
Yeah.
Always, we had so many little moments of like, just those little.
Yeah,
just those little details. And that's the thing about the detail stuff, but it's just the stuff that just inspires you, and you hear it and you just go, oh wait, you know, any one of us would always just like be like, it was always like we were just like constantly like, you know, basically like I'll put it in Brazilian terms, like taking a football and kicking it back and forth, you know, and just like, oh, here, I kick it over to you. You go, oh, hey, what about this? You kick it over to Raphael. Hey, what about this? What, you know, like, it's just like, it was always like that. We would cut out ideas and just go, and you go, oh yeah. We just get all excited. We all just like geek out on just like, you know, just that creation. And like, that's my favorite thing. You know, and I'm a musician too, and I love playing, but I love the studio because the studio is my paint box, you know what I mean? And it's just like you have all the brushes and you have all the paints and all the colors, and just like, you just go, ooh, what if I threw this on here? And you know, I just love it. I've always loved it. It's just always been like the greatest little thing to do. And, you know, being in that environment at 606 and just being inspired by, because the way the studio is, and it's like basically a museum of rock.
Oh my
with
God,
all the pictures and like all the classic, you know, the AC/DC and the Zeppelin, the Queen pick, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's a shrine to rock and roll, and to like, to a time where people weren't afraid to experiment in the studio, and weren't afraid to experiment in their writing style and their creation, and not just try to fit in this little box of like a format of a verse and a chorus, and, you know, 3 minutes or 3.5 minutes in radio format. And, you know, it's not, it's just, you know, we were doing it for the pure love of doing it, and not for anything else. And I think it comes through. I think it comes through in the recording.
It does, for sure.
Yeah, but at the same time, 606 was like overwhelming and stuff. But do you guys remember, like every day, early in the morning, Steve put some song on the monitors, and we set the vibe, like drinking some coffee, and like there's a lot in the album that we the ideas came from that. Right. Like, just listen some songs, just set the canvas to put all the start. The work was I have a great. Was the best. Was awesome.
See, my problem is I always think of like I can never remember the real names of the songs. I can only remember the working titles.
Yeah.
But I specifically remember from the, from outfield. What's the actual name of outfield?
Outfield is
reason.
The
Outfield,
reason.
the reason.
You guys had to all think about it like, oh, wait. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got so used
But
to the
me
nicknames too.
thinking of,
Genesis.
the end riff, the ba-da-do-do-da-do-do.
Oh my God,
And
yeah.
going like making
Genesis
that thing,
song.
and then I go, yeah, think about Genesis. Bum, 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 bum,
Yeah.
bum,
That was magical.
Gum,
Man.
gum, 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 gum.
exactly.
But you know what? One thing that
Like
that
I was like, turn it into that. Like let's
one thing that I remember a lot is like
say again.
the moments where like Steve would
Oh, look who's joining us.
Look who is coming up.
Look who's coming.
I can see him.
be. Me too.
He's not there yet.
I can see him.
Just see a
in it.
blob.
I see his
It's
name.
like
What the fuck?
What?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
What's up?
Welcome.
There he is.
Sorry, guys.
We were
It's all good,
talking
man.
about
As usual.
Go ahead and finish.
Okay, let's
This
stop
is
talking about the vocals.
lesson one: how to be a rock star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's stop talking
fashionably late.
about
How you guys doing?
Good.
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 But I was
Good.
saying, Steve, one thing that I remember a lot is like moments when you would be on the board, just like, and we would be playing, recording and all this, and you always had that vibe of being the adult in the room, like the teacher, the professor in the room, and then, but listen to this, and then you go like, and then you turn to the pedals and you become the kid. You become like the 8-year-old kid, that one.
Then we lost him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we lost
So
Steve.
it was like from one extreme to the other real quick. And when
Yeah.
those
The dance between extremes.
Dance
Man.
between extremes. Exactly.
That's the name of the album. Right
and
there.
then I would start thinking, okay, what is he up to? What's gonna happen now? Because we never really knew what was in his head. Like what's gonna put together, and then he just got like 5 pedals together, and that one that mixed the pad. What's the name of that one again? That one that
That's the mixer.
blender.
Just a mixer.
Yeah.
The
Blender,
blender,
Yeah, the bar
And then-
blender,
and take the most amazing sounds, and like there are 2 very special ones. That one is the one in Deliverance, after the chorus that sounds so like
Spooky.
Oh, that
really spooky.
and
Yeah.
that was my inspiration was the missing persons.
Yeah. It
That was
sounds
missing
like
persons. Yeah.
that sound really weird. Also, the sound, the bass sound for Silence, the bow, bow, bow,
Mhm.
that was really, really cool to see it happening. And the introduction for Now, because that it's, people think it's a keyboard. Everybody think it's a keyboard.
Yeah.
The whole idea was to really we only what do we do? We use keyboards. We just use piano in samba, right?
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
Just last one note.
That was it.
Yeah.
No key-
So the idea was to really, do it without keyboard. Same thing, the bass in the other one, it was like try to make it like a synth, but not,
That was really cool. That was really, really cool. It's
Yeah,
always a challenge to reproduce that live though, but it's really cool. We had to buy a bunch of pedals off.
Yeah. I mean that one.
An extra
Oops.
fee.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, honestly, all of it's recreatable.
Yeah, of course.
And that's fun again. That's
And
another.
if you
that's
guys
the fun.
obviously had any problem with anything, I could, that's
could
always the
blame.
fun. But if you guys ever
Yeah,
had problems
let's just
trying to
bring Steve
recreate
on-
it,
onto it.
I can help you out with that.
We can
Oh,
always
sure.
bring you.
I'm down.
Can we join?
Put all the pedals on the floor and like stay seated there in the show.
That's me, just an area on stage with like a caution tape around it, and me with just a bunch of pedals.
Yeah. Cool.
Yo, when I met Steve, remember that, Steve? we were on tour in Sepultura, and you were on tour with Dillinger Escape,
Dillinger.
doing the lights. Yeah.
Doing lights.
Doing lights?
What?
You know,
that's-
well, I'm not.
know that.
Let me
Explain it,
just-
man.
Hold on.
Explain it.
Let me just.
You brought the light.
I went on tour with them. I went on tour with them because we were in pre-production. We were right after the European tour. We were going into the studio to make a record, which was Option Paralysis. So 2009. So we were just basically, the idea was for me to come out and like just hang out in Europe with them for a couple of weeks and work on some pre-production ideas with Ben on the bus, like in the back lounge. Like, you know, you had a 4-track or you had a little multi-track, setup or whatever he had. It wasn't a 4-track. It was probably a laptop with Cubase on it or something. But we wound up doing just not that much. I wound up just kind of hanging out, but they needed a light guy. And I don't know how to do lights, but I could press buttons in rhythm to their music. Because I know the music, so I would just like go up there.
That's enough.
Exactly, man.
So I was the light guy.
That's what they do,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh my god.
But you were saying, Jonathan. So Jean, we met I met you when
Oh yeah, on tour.
Dillinger played some off dates with Sepultura
Yeah.
in Europe.
Yeah.
But you were saying
great.
when you first met me,
Yeah,
what was
I
the
was
point?
saying that-
Because we were talking about
the point
pedals
was
and
that
like
we were asking you
lights.
to come on tour with us to play a few of the things that we can't do it live. So,
that's true.
so since we already have
Perfect.
this experience with Dillinger Escape Plan, doing the lights, maybe you can join. That's why I brought
I'm
it up.
down. Oh yeah, I'm totally down.
At some point, you should play bass at least.
Lights and
Yeah.
That would be awesome, man.
yeah.
That'd
I
be
mean,
awesome. If
I
you play
can't.
LA,
I
you
can't
gotta
play.
do it.
I can't play guitar, but all right,
All right. Cool.
I'm down.
And by the way,
I want to play. I want to play bass in now, if anything.
Oh yeah, man.
Awesome.
See?
you
All
can
right.
bring-
What am I going to play, man?
you can play some-
The funny thing is, I actually every once in a while I pick up the bass because you guys left that bass here.
Oh,
I have that bass
Yeah.
here still.
Yeah.
That jazz bass.
Oh,
Yeah, the Brazilian
Yeah.
made one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And it's in the tuning, and every once in a while I pick it up and I'm like, bam, bam, start playing the riff.
Nice.
That's the only thing I do is I pick up that bass and play that riff. So I know that one.
Oh. So is it
Journey.
is it still in tune?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
It's a-
So
it's a
maybe it's
good
better.
bass. It's a good
Yeah.
bass.
So maybe it's holding the tuning better than ours.
We should get it back, man.
Get it back.
it's
He left.
California.
He's tired of it.
Oh no, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not in the right tuning. I think it's not in the right tuning. It's in
Oh.
a slightly higher tuning.
Yeah, the bass.
There it is.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not in the right tuning. But anyway,
cool.
I forgot about that one.
Me too, man.
What's the name of that bass?
it even
bass?
still has your marking on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
It's a luthier thing. The guy like made it himself. There's not
No brand.
I don't know the
But-
name.
but-
We
but-
can
but-
name
with
it. I don't know.
he used the door of his
Yeah.
bathroom, maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
But I was trying to remember which one. What's the name of that bass that we use off Steve? The one that really holds well the tuning.
That's
The
it.
My Spectre.
yeah,
Spectre.
that one was amazing for the tuning.
Jagger!
Hey,
Yeah.
Jagger.
There's Jagger.
Say hello, Jagger.
My dog's famous. Now my dog's
Yeah.
But
You look nice, Jagger.
famous.
Yeah,
was
man.
great.
So what
Was
else,
a journey.
guys?
Yeah, it was like we are watching all the
Oh my
material
God.
from
It
the
just-
video from the 606, all the videos.
I
like,
know. I want to see the. Do you have
Yeah.
like a full cut of anything thing? Because I'm seeing those little clips, and I want to like watch the whole.
You should.
Is Dennis gonna
I can
put
send
that
you, yeah.
put that together with like? Do you put it together in one long thing?
In one, I can do
Oh,
it, but
awesome! I'd love to see it.
the drum machine, that episode is amazing, because you guys
That's
remember
right.
like, wow,
When Roy brought the drum
maybe
machine,
you can do, maybe you can put some drum machine here, like Phil Collins and stuff. And Steve, I know a guy.
Yeah.
I know a guy.
Friend. I have a friend.
Well,
and suddenly Roy
I only-
Mayorga.
but I only guessed because I said, if anybody's going to have this thing, it's going to be Roy,
That would
because
be
Roy's a
awesome.
drummer and
Yeah.
he's a collector of vintage synths.
Cool.
So I figured he has to be, and of course they texted me. He's like, I'm looking right at it. I'm sitting right in my studio with him. I'm like, awesome.
I remember he showed us some.
Yeah, my
pictures
idea
of
to.
his stuff. He has some, like he really has a bunch of it. I mean, he's a freak with that.
Yeah.
It might be the big-
Actually, I forgot to text him. It was his birthday yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have
I
all
remember
that filmed.
I remember he entering the studio, and I saw him. I know this guy. Yeah, is Steve here? Yeah, he's in the room. Yeah, I was like, I know this guy. And I was like, fuck, that's Roy Mayorga.
Yeah, we have that all
That's
that
awesome.
filmed, like him programming this stuff, like you guys talking about the pattern of the beat. We
Yeah.
have all that.
I
It's
remember that.
Amazing.
So cool.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I was.
And I guess
And I remember
I was
watching
like
watching
Phil
the
Collins
video.
kick. We just thought about doing the.
Sorry,
Was that how it came about? Because we were on that Genesis and that Phil Collins
Yeah.
kick. It was just like,
Yeah.
and then I think it popped
But-
into my head like, this would be great if we made this like in the air tonight.
Yeah, you was so happy, and I can see in the video. You guys gonna see in the video. Everybody like a little concerned about it because, man, you guys.
And
it's a
Steve
drum
is like,
machine.
"Party on!"
It's Steve, oh my god, this is awesome. And I remember but it's gonna stay for the whole song. And Steve, no, calm down, just the intro and
Hold your horses, man.
That's the intro. Yeah.
But
And I remember
awesome.
we go into the balcony of the studio to choose from the drums we would use on that song, and we saw those concert toms.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah,
and
man.
I
Oh
thought,
my
man,
God, you saw-
there's
that was
a
it.
drum solo
That's right.
on Easy Lover.
Ah.
I would like to do that. Remember
And
that?
it's just like, oh, of course. And you did it. And I was just like, oh my God. And then like, that's it. And it brings me back to anything like that. And it's instantly, when I hear the long fill, you have to
Oh
air
my
drum.
God, man.
You have to,
Yeah.
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 I do it every time I hear that song.
Every time.
Every time.
every time. You can't not. It just makes you do that.
Yeah.
It's just like a Neil Peart drum roll. It's like you have to air drum it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
That's probably my favorite of the album for now.
The last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really love.
For me, that's the most amazing mix that Steve
Yeah.
has ever done. To me,
Deliverance,
Silence.
Deliverance
that song.
and Silence.
Yeah,
me,
are
that's
it's just-
amazing.
It sounds so.
I agree about the mixing. I think it's the best. But I really love the whole album. I mean, I have a very hard time whenever someone asks me, "Okay, which one is your favorite one?" I'm lying. Whatever I am, I'm answering.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
lying
hard to
because-
pick.
I'm lying. I'm really lying
Yeah.
because I really like all of them.
I know.
And it's funny because
They're all good for different reasons.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It varies. Yeah.
and like for instance, Starving Drones, it became like the ugly kid of the album. But then we started giving interviews for Europe, and a bunch of big critics are saying it's the best song in the album. So I went back to it and started listening to it again. And I'm like, fuck, it's a fucking great song. It might be one of the best choruses in the whole album. And it's a fucking Frankenstein, it's like a monster. And it's aggressive and it's ugly, but it's at the same time, it's beautiful.
And I think it's the very
No, Beautiful,
first
it's a
one we
different
began
song,
writing,
man.
right?
What do you say?
That's the
Yeah.
very first one we began writing for the
Yeah,
album.
it was the very
That
first
was
one.
the first one?
The very first one, yeah, the riff and the drum beat with the toms,
And also the breakdown.
It was
and the drop. Yeah,
it was Starving Drones. Then was
Outfield.
in your
No,
dreams
Outfield.
tonight.
Yeah, in
In your dreams tonight, and then
Deliverance.
Deliverance.
Samba too.
Samba
Samba
too.
too. Yeah,
For
But
those
I like
three-
but
the-
in a much different form. In a much different form.
yeah. But the three first songs, they were in your dreams tonight. The first one was Starving Drums in your dreams tonight, and then Deliverance. In your dreams tonight, we started to write it at that farm at the country
studio.
side of in São Paulo.
Oh, yeah.
Rehearsing for the Rock in Rio, right?
Yeah.
2017.
Yeah.
But didn't you guys?
Cabelos, yeah.
Didn't you guys play? You guys actually played a version of Samba of Life.
We did. No, but what Jonathan is
live.
saying, what Jonathan is saying is way before that, because
Way
we
before.
did.
17.
Yeah, we
Okay.
did play. What Jonathan is saying was right after we recorded the first album, and then
I was
did.
gonna say, because like when you think
Go ahead.
about I think about stylistically and just the way how heavy the song is, it sounds like it came from the first record almost in a way. You know, like it connects to the first record.
Yeah,
It connects to Sublimated very much, I guess. That's
Yeah.
But
Same
Steve, do you
tuning as
remember
well.
when we played the song in the studio and you said, guys, this song is amazing, but we don't have a chorus yet.
We don't have a chorus, and we were like, dude, don't
We're
even
like,
go
fuck
there,
you.
man. We've been playing this song on the tours. We're already attached to it. No way we're gonna change this.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, we need a chorus, man. The song is beautiful. We have this. The chorus that you guys have. It's the pre-chorus, and we were, dude, what?
yeah. But you know, I always had that feeling. You know, I was always missing something, and when Steve said that, I was like, holy shit, that's
he's
it.
right. We don't like it, but he's right.
By the way, such a simple thing, right? Such a simple progression. I mean, it was like something really.
Dude, I remember the like specifically like the time when we went we were getting food. Remember, we went
To the second
upstairs.
floor.
We had food, and then we started like, you know, yes, I don't know, should do this or that, and then the thing just came out of the blue, man. It was
actually, if you guys are watching this now, you can go to YouTube and there's a whole documentary.
There's a link right here.
There's a link right here.
Dipper is such
about the change.
There's a link right here.
Yeah, but actually it is.
And I think that chorus brought the album, that song to the Dance Between Extremes from the first one to this album, because it has a very popish approch.
Beautiful.
So it's a great chorus, man.
Yeah,
Well, for me to take that, and then remember my thing was I wasn't sure what it needed, but yeah, the chorus, the chorus that felt like a pre-chorus. I remember that, but I remember the big thing was the breakdown, that progression. I was just like, okay, that's got to be the verse. That's it, you know. Like it was just
here now.
And I remember,
so cool.
I remember when I started singing the melody. Da 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 da.
I remember that. That was at the studio
in the low key. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought, let's do it in the low key. And Steve said, no way, you're gonna sing it.
I'm gonna
man.
Hi. Oh, hi, man.
No, I said no, I can't do it.
I cried. Porque vai entrando. Originally he wanted to do I want to, and I was like, no, dude, you gotta. It's like, really? I'm like, dude, I'm telling. I can't reach that fucking high note. And I'm like, and he hit it first time. I'm like, hello. Hits it right away, no problem. All right, we're not there yet. That's through the middle. More you see, more I hide.
Here's one thing.
Yes, you can.
That's one thing that happened with Jonathan since he joined the band, because so many times he would go like, no, I can't do this. And Steve would go like, yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
And you will.
Yes, you can.
You can and you will.
It's like Steve knows better than Jonathan's abilities. And it really is. And then after a while,
you have to push yourself.
Just do it.
You know?
Yeah. But you do this with every one of us, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You made us
right.
so much
And
better.
Better musicians, for sure.
I would never try to make you do something that I wasn't sure you couldn't pull off. And that's the main thing, you know? Like if I didn't have confidence in every single one of you, I wouldn't even go near it, you know? Like I'd be like, all right, that's probably out of your range. Okay, fine. But, you know, I would hear you hit certain notes and I'm like, that's like right around, that's the same note as you sang in the other.
I remember that.
Like,
I remember.
Same
I
note
remember
you sang on whatever else the song was. Like it's the same note. No, so and you hit it before. That means you can hit it again. You know
that happened on the first album too. I remember when we were. Jonathan is so funny. I remember Jonathan was like in his pants coming to me like, "Look, bro, Steve wants me to sing a note. I can't sing that.
It's
note.
Not gonna happen. I can't sing.
It's not gonna happen." And I'm like, Jonathan, it's okay. We can
see. I'm not privy to these conversations.
But listen to this.
I don't know about this stuff.
And then I'll go to Jonathan. Said, Jonathan, it's fine. You know, we talked to him. We're gonna find another note. And he's like, yeah, because I just can't say that. It's gonna fuck me. I can't say that. I'm not able to.
Not gonna be able to sing anymore.
And then he goes to Steve. And then he goes to Steve like with a totally different approach. And this is so Jonathan, like really calm. You know that note because before it was spitting fire, like spitting ants. Like no, I can't do it. No, fuck Steve. I can't do it. And then he comes and he's like really mellow. You know. I'm not sure this is too high. And then Steve just turns to him and said, what you talking about? That other song is like 2 notes higher than this one. Can you, this was with the first album.
Right. Where?
Steve was like, do you know that other song that you just sang 2 days ago? Jonathan said, yeah. Okay, you remember that melody? Yeah, okay, it's 2 notes higher than the one you think you can't sing. And then Jonathan like, oh, really?
Oh.
Is that really?
That's true.
Yeah. But like I said, I think Steve, I mentioned this in some interviews, like when people ask, okay, how it's like to work with Steve. And I think that there are two things that really makes me feel good when I think about it. One, it's obviously the result, you know, on the songs and when we listen to it and we cry, and I'm not kidding, we cry when we listen to it. So that is that. But I also feel like every single one of us, after every experiencing of recording with you, we get out of it better musicians, like with better ears and better abilities, you know. And I think that's very how do you say, enriches us, you know. We get out better of it, and I think that really reflects on the live performance as well, you know.
Yeah, man,
totally.
that approach of zooming on the details on that very moment of the recording, it can be a pain in the ass, but it really pays off in the end. You know, we as Theo said, we became better musicians because of that.
True.
Yeah, and it's not zooming just by the sake of
thank
it,
you
right?
guys.
I mean, there's a motive. There's why.
No,
he's
not
doing
at
that.
all.
That's the thing.
Passion there, right? Yeah, it's not like a virtual.
A lot of a lot of it comes from, and it comes from just getting excited about what you guys are doing, and then going like, okay, you're here now. What if we try to go a little further with it? You know, and sometimes that doesn't work. But I always want to say, like, what can we do to so just try to maximize what it is, what's going on. And it's just like, say, if you're, you know, a couple of you guys go for runs. You guys are runners, right? You guys go on runs, right? Don't you guys?
Yeah, we've done that.
Yeah. Well, I know when you guys were doing the runs with Carl. But, you know, it's just like that, but it's that thing. It's like you think you hit the wall and you go, okay, I just did 3 miles. Can I do 3.5 miles? Can I? And you get there, and then you have that sense of accomplishment, and it's just like you don't think you can do it. And it's like there's so much that, you know, everybody, you know, and I speak for myself as well. You know, it's just like you can always do what's comfortable, but it's challenge over comfort, you know. And it's just like that's how you grow from it.
Things, you're
and,
there to,
and that's
to
and
get us
the
out
end
of
result
comfort
speaks
zone.
for itself.
Yeah.
What's that, Rafa?
Yeah, amongst other things, you're there to get us out of the comfort zone, and that's a really important part of having a producer on any record for any artist.
Yeah, and the result is
on
there.
any record. And it's you have to get the band comfortable in the way that it's not to say comfort, but it's more trust, which that was never a thing between us. There was always like almost an immediate bond and an immediate trust. So it's just like we basically all felt safe to try and push ourselves to go to the next part, the next level, or the, you know. And I think once the trust is there and you feel comfortable in that, then you can take chances and just really push through and get to the next level of just awesomeness, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well
I always
said.
remember talking about going a little further and push things. Do you guys remember when we ended up doing LA song that became our song in the studio? And we call Steve because it was not in the plan, was like 11 songs, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
You guys remember that? And Steve,
Yes.
oh no, guys, don't do this.
Because we already had that amount of time.
People don't know about this, but if you guys remember, was awesome because it was like Steve couldn't say no because he knew that the song was good. Even he didn't even need to listen to the song, you know, because we are so passionate about it. Hey, Steve, we just wrote a new song. It's amazing. It's called it LA Song, and we are in the vibe.
Right, and then before I came to the studio that day, you gave me the rehearsal room demo. And immediately I'm going like thinking like Dancing Days by Led Zeppelin. Like I'm just going like I hear it then.
The 12 strings. Oh man.
Oh yeah. And I just got inspired. It's like, okay.
Again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was the whole vibe. And like I hear it and I go, okay.
And also in the beginning, we recorded that guitar in the beginning later, right? I think in the beginning it was just acoustic guitar, wasn't it? Or was it the reason that? Because I remember
No, we recorded it later.
Later, right?
Yeah.
Later.
We did the acoustic and then the 12 string and then there's a guitar as well.
Yeah, that was also that was also kind of a delicate moment because we were like, me and Jean, we were like, I don't know, man. I think we should have electric guitar in the beginning. I just feel, and then spoken with Jonathan too, and we were like, and we were a little scared of talking to Steve, you know, like because he thought the song was all recorded already, and you were like, Steve, we think maybe electric guitar in the beginning. And then when we recorded and listened to it, it sounded great. But I remember we were a little scared, you know, how are we going to bring this now? I mean, we are about to wrap up everything.
There's actually a lot of things going on there,
Speaking of that, what about we just decided to completely redo the call?
Yeah.
Like 2 days before wrapping up the whole record. Let's recut the whole song start to finish. What? We gotta set the drums up again? Like
that
wasn't right.
I love you, brother.
Yeah, that was one of the most tense moments.
Well, but it was totally right because like when we did that was one we did completely without a metronome, and it just didn't feel right when we were doing it to the metronome, and we just decided to recut it, just scrap the whole song was recorded. We even did vocals, right, Jonathan?
Yeah. No, we didn't.
We did. No, we did.
No, we didn't.
Some parts.
Yeah.
No, we did, and we wound up flying vocals in from the first version.
Oh yeah. We got it from the first version.
It was.
Oh
it was
yes.
completely. It was. We completely cut the song.
Yeah, the song was done.
And
at that point,
and literally that's 3 days before we were stopping the studio, set up the drum kit, set up everything all over again. And luckily the staff at 606 was so on point. And like they had everything charted, everything, the mics, everything. They had the whole, we show up. Remember, the mics are already set up. Like we just had to set up the kit, and it was just like we literally banged out the whole song in a day.
Yeah,
incredible.
That's my fault.
Yeah, I'm gonna play drums again.
That's another thing.
That's my fault.
But
that's another thing. That is another thing.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I gotta confess, that's my fault because my bootlegs, you know.
Yeah.
I do bootlegs.
Jonathan recorded.
You should have said that more. Why'd you say that? And now,
next time we record with our cell phones on the
just put all your cell phones here. Leave them outside.
But I think that was if there was a moment in our relationship that Steve wanted to kill us, I think that was the moment.
That was definitely one of them.
Yeah.
Nah. Just for a second, honestly, I was like, look, I you know, but again, because we already done it. I'm like, come on, it's already done. Jeez, what are we doing? You know, like, but obviously it came out great, and I trusted you guys. And then once we cut it, I was like, okay, yeah, absolutely, way better.
Yeah.
And here's another thing that some people hopefully get to experience in their life is recording at a studio like that. That's got, you know, it used to be the norm where you record at a studio that's got a really great staff. You know, fully staffed.
Kudos for the guys.
Absolutely.
Studio that, because to be able, if we had to pull that off like with just me engineering it and running all the mics and setting it up, it would have been so much more. It would have been harrowing for me just to set all that up again with everybody, all the whole basic tracks with everybody tracking in the room and like the mics and everything. Like they had it charted, and it was like the things were set up. We showed up. It was already set up, and like we literally, like I said, we banged it out in a day. And like to have such a professional staff to take care of that stuff is like
absolutely.
I remember
it's invaluable, and hopefully every band gets to experience to record at a studio that's got like a staff, fully staffed like that, and to have that experience, it's a privilege.
Yeah, I remember being in the room when we talked to you, and then you turned to Oliver and said, "Hey, we're gonna redo this song," and he looked at you and okay, let's do it. Was not like even a blink of like, oh my god.
No.
Was like, okay, let's do it. And it started to recall all the things, the neve, the knobs.
Amazing.
Was like with a smile in his face. Was kudos. Was amazing.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those guys are amazing.
Yeah. And I guess because of that, we ended up like recording the gang vocals and backing vocals on your studio, right? From Starving Drums.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yes.
So we used the day, right? It was awesome too, because we have that amazing sushi, like
oh my god,
Sushi Warriors.
Let's talk about that now.
Sushi Warriors.
Just to think,
oh my god,
hey guys, we need to record on the Steve Studios. We gotta record there. Okay, so there's not even.
I had that not that long ago.
Yeah.
It was like the end of last year. I had it. Oh yeah.
Oh my god, it's
so good.
Yeah.
Hey, Sushi Warrior, thank you.
Sushi Warrior.
We'll be back.
Nutella.
We're back.
Nutella, and Nutella.
Big chicks.
With banana.
Yeah, big chicks.
Everybody like.
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
30 pounds each.
Yeah.
Plus.
I was fat like a whale.
I know.
Right? I remember getting back home from downtown, and, like listening to the rough mix of our song. I guess I don't know, and we all like, hey guys, it's a wrap up. We are done. It was like, you know, it was sad and happy. I didn't know how to feel that. I remember someone of us talking something like, bro, for me, like this is the moment. The album, if the album never could go out, like never will be released or something, I'm happy. Yeah, I'm
a feeling that you could die now, and it's great. Awesome. You're done.
Hey guys, I think it's a good way to wrap up with the Sushi Warriors.
Let's go.
Let me just say one more thing. I just
All
remembered.
right, I'll see you guys in 9 hours to show up.
Yeah.
For Sushi Warriors. All right, perfect.
Just one more thing. I just remembered. Someone was recording guitar. I think it was Theo, and I was in the sofa behind, and Steve very kindly and gently told me to fuck off. He said, "Yeah, you know I love you," and I said, "Yeah, man, I love you too. But can you wait outside? Because it's I can't focus if I'm seeing you on the couch."
That's Steve, man.
That's Steve. Very gently.
Very gently, fuck off.
Can you very
You know,
gently
I love
get
you,
out
but
of here?
Awesome. Thank you, Stevie. Thank you. It was
thank you.
You look great,
I love
man.
you guys.
Yeah.
You were amazing, man.
Love you
You
too,
are
man.
amazing.
And thank
By
you.
the way, thank you so much, man, for everything. You know,
Of
Always.
course,
Yeah.
man.
the album is amazing. You know, we're very, very, very happy with everything. You know, I miss those days.
Absolutely.
You know,
Let's do it again soon. We're all going to be vaccinated.
Absolutely.
So come on, let's
yeah.
go. I'm ready. I appreciate like it's just so crazy how it naturally, we just like started out, 4 years ago? Like,
Yes.
let's just have fun and make some good music.
Yeah.
And now look what happened. It's like crazy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
But that's the thing. We did it because we wanted to make something cool.
Yeah.
Not because like we need to fucking
Yeah.
be this huge. No.
No.
We did it out of the love of the music, and that's always what we have
And
to
it's
make sure.
absolutely, yes.
Make
It's
sure we
there, so
always
that
get to keep that, because that's
That's the thing.
That's
what matters.
yeah. I mean, it's
That's
all
the
in
only
you.
thing that matters.
It's all in your name.
Yeah.
The name of the band too.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
You can't get full of yourselves. You
Yeah.
can't get ever just like, it's just, it's only about the music, and it's about the vibe, and it's about this, and about like bouncing ideas off each other, and just that whole thing. And that first thing when you get excited about, you hear the chord change, you go, oh my God.
I mean, but I knew it. I knew that you would do something with that, because I felt like it was already good, but I felt like it was not valuing the vocals.
And we always say that.
Yeah.
That's
Steve.
Steve's gonna keep that.
Yeah, but
That's Steve it.
Yeah. Steve it.
But you know, the funny thing is, like, and I my initial notes, I never write like, we should do this. I just go, question mark. I just like, what is it? I don't even know what it is until I don't even know what it is until I get in the room with you guys. It's just like a question, like, what about
There's
this?
a feeling there.
There's something that's like, it's cool, but what I'm craving something. What is it? You know, like, that's it.